Right, let me tell you about the time one of my students turned left instead of going straight, and we ended up stuck in a housing estate with a fully loaded Artic. And I don't mean a bit tight, I mean houses either side, cars parked everywhere, no way forward, no way to turn. Just me, my student, and 44 tons of truck in someone's quiet little cul-de-sac. Now, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and this isn't even the worst one I've heard. Someone I know had to get crane lifted out. Crane lifted like a toy. But let me start from the beginning. If you're new here, I'm Patrick from Retro HGV Training. Subscribe if you want the real stories from HGV training and driving. Not the textbook stuff, the actual stuff. Right, back to the housing estate. So we are out on the lessons. Students doing well, really well. Actually, nice and smooth, good mirror work. I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, this one's nearly ready. The next instruction was simple. Follow the signs for Luton. Straight through the first roundabout, second exit, then third exit at the next roundabout. Well, that's what the sign said. Now, the first roundabout is quite open, big, plenty of room. And for some reason, I still don't know why, instead of going straight, he goes left. Just turn left. Now, normally on a lesson, you can do something about it. You can guide them. You can say, hold on, wrong lane, let's correct. But at that point, the way the traffic was, the position we were in, it wasn't safe for me to push him back. We were committed. So I'm thinking, all right, it's fine. The road looks wide, we'll just do a U-turn somewhere and get back on track. No drama. Famous last words. Because what looked like a nice wide road was the entrance to a housing estate. And within about 30 seconds, we went from this is fine to this is absolutely not fine. Houses everywhere, parked cars both sides, and the road just kept getting narrower. I looked at my student, he looked at me, and I said the only thing you can say in that situation. Pull up on the left, mate. We are swapping seats. So I get behind the wheel, and I'm looking at this estate thinking, right, where do I go? There's a T-junction up ahead. Left takes me further into estate. More houses, more parked cars, more problems. So I go left. And I know, sounds mad, but I needed the space at the junction to set up the reverse. So I turn left, straighten it up, and then I reverse the whole thing back through the T-junction. The whole Artic, between the parked cars, with residents coming out of their houses like it's a free show. One bloke came out with a cup of tea. Seriously, just stood there watching. Didn't help, didn't say anything, just spectated, like it was daytime television. But we got out, no damage, no drama, just a very quiet student for the rest of the lesson. And I'll tell you what, he never missed a roundabout exit again. Now, I'm not telling you this just for the story, although I think it's a good one. I'm telling you because this happens all the time. All the time. It's not rare, it's not unusual, and if you're an inexperienced driver watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's not always the driver's fault. Sometimes you get sent to a delivery point and there is no risk assessment, no route check. You've just been given a postcode and told, get on with it. So you follow the sat-nav, it takes you down what looks like a perfectly good road, and then suddenly there is a width restriction or a bridge height or a dead end, and you are in it. One way in, no way to turn, and you are sitting there in 44 tons of truck thinking, now what? The signs, and this is important, the signs aren't always obvious. Unsuitable for HGVs, yeah, great. But that sign is sometimes hidden behind a hedge, or it's facing the wrong way, or it's 50 meters after the turn, by which point you are already committed. When you're driving an Artic, you're using the whole road. You're positioned to the left to turn. Your eyes are on the mirrors, on the traffic, on the wheels. A small sign on a post, you might not see it. And after 56 hours behind the wheel that week, I mean legal maximum, of course, your observation isn't always at its sharpest. That's just reality. So what do you do when it happens? Because it will happen at some point. First, stop. Don't try to push through if you're not sure. The moment you think that might be getting tight, that's the moment to stop. Not 300 meters further in when you're properly wedged. Second, get out of the cab and look. Walk the road ahead, check the width, check for overhanging trees, parked cars, anything that's going to catch you. 5 minutes of walking saves 2 hours of being stuck. Third, if you need to reverse, take your time. Hazards on, get out again if you need to check your line. If someone's around, ask them to spot you. Most people will help, especially when there's a 44-ton truck blocking the road. They're quite motivated. And fourth, if the road behind you is busy, if it's a junction, if there's traffic and you generally cannot reverse safely, don't be a hero. Call the police, that's what they're here for. They will come out and stop traffic for you. I know some drivers think that's embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. You know what's embarrassing? Reversing into an A road without someone backing you and causing a big pileup. That's embarrassing and dangerous, and probably the end of your license. Call the police, explain what's happened. They've seen it all before. They would much rather help you for 20 minutes than deal with a serious collision report for 3 hours. So whether you're a student, a new driver, or someone who's been doing this for years, the takeaway is simple. Plan your route, check the restrictions, and if something goes wrong, don't panic, don't force it, and don't be too proud to ask for help. Every experienced driver has a story like this, every single one. And the ones who are still driving are the ones who handled it calmly. Oh, and listen to your instructor when he says, second exit, just second exit, yeah? Right, if you've got your own stuck in an estate story, drop in the comments. I guarantee some of you have got worse ones than mine. I want to hear them. Give this a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I put out content every week about the real side of HGV driving and training. And if you are thinking about getting your license, the numbers is in the description. WhatsApp us, we'll have a conversation about it. And I promise we will teach you which exit to take at the roundabout. I'm Patrick. This is Retro HGV Training. I'll see you in the next one.